Hi guys, this is Cheryl with Architect Destiny. Thank you for tuning in today for another video. If you're new to my channel, then welcome, and if you are a subscriber, welcome back. Yeah, so I just thought today that I would just kind of do a little planner chat slash system recap, and just kind of talk about the first quarter of 2022 and my planning system and how things are going, what things are working really well for me, if there are things that are not working so well that I need to tweak, and just kind of go through my books and talk about how I use them and kind of how things have been going. So if you're interested in that, then keep watching. Yeah, so as you can see here, I have my planner stacked. The only thing that is missing from this picture is my Hobonichi Cousin cover. And I don't have it in the cover right now. I just took it out a couple of days ago, just because I wanted to carry my cousin out of the cover. Typically I have my cousin and my reference notebook inside the cover. So she's a pretty chunky monkey when I have everything in there together. But you know, I just kind of go with the flow with how I feel as far as what books I carry around and how I carry them. So I just decided I wanted to carry my cousin without the cover for now. So that's what I'm doing. But yeah, I just want to go through each of the books with you and just kind of chat a little bit about each one and how things are going so far. So since my Hobonichi Weeks is on top, we'll start with that one. Move everything else to the side. This is my on-the-go planner, and I'm still loving the Hobonichi Weeks for that purpose. I do get a lot of questions about whether I parallel plan in my Hobonichi Weeks and my cousin, or in other words, you know, do I kind of repeat the content in both planners? And the answer is yes, somewhat. As far as my weekly plans, my monthly plans, my tasks, my events, things like that, this planner contains pretty much the same thing as my Hobonichi Cousin, because when I'm on the go, I do need to know what are my time and day specific commitments. I do need to know what are my tasks. I do need to have my running to-do list for the week in case I decide I'm going to try to do some of those things on a given day when I'm out and about. One of the things I should say that is a little bit different is my categorized to-do list. The categorized to-do list in my Hobonichi Weeks is somewhat pared down from what I have in my cousin. There are a few lists in this planner because there are fewer things that I can do when I'm out and about. Unless I'm going grocery shopping, which I consider a chore, one of my chores that I do, then I don't need chores in this planner, because if it's, you know, running the dishwasher or doing the laundry or meal prep, I'm not going to be doing those things when I'm out and about. So I don't need the chore list in this planner. I don't necessarily need the waiting on list, but I always like to keep that in front of me. I do need my contact list, my priorities, my to-buy list, my errands. I do need those things because those are all things that I may need to reference when I'm not at home. So yes, I do parallel plan in my Hobonichi Weeks and my Hobonichi Cousin because I need much of the same information in each one. What I don't have in here, of course, is all of my trackers and all of my goal planning and, you know, things related to my boys and my home list and my business planner. All of those things I don't need in my on-the-go planner, so those are not in here. What I use the back section for, and that's really working for me, is just notes when I'm on the go. There's nothing personal on this page, I don't think. I'll just flip this open. I don't care what color the ink is, and I'll just start, you know, writing down notes when I'm out, things that I will need to square up with my Hobonichi Cousin when I get home, or just something I don't want to forget, something maybe it needs to go in my reference planner. But this is what I have with me when I'm out. So I need a place to just be able to jot down quick notes, to slap a sticky note about something, and then when I get home, I can put it in its proper place in my catch-all planner, which is my cousin, or in my reference notebook, or wherever it needs to go. So I'm just really liking the freedom of this section. It doesn't have to be pretty. You can see I use black ink, red ink, blue ink. I don't really care. I've got my menu planned for dinner. We're having friends over tomorrow. I've kind of got my menu here. So when I go to the grocery store, I can look at my menu and see the things that I need to pick up. I need to do that later today. So yeah, this is working very well for me, and I'll just kind of show you the setup that I use. And I typically use the same setup unless it's a vacation week or something like that, where I'm going to be doing some memory planning. If that's not the case and it's just a typical week, it pretty much looks like this. I will divide each page in half, and on the left hand column of the left hand page, I will put my day and time specific events, or all day events, or birthdays, or holidays, or days off, or things like that that are relevant to that day. I will have on the right column my tasks, and then on the right hand page I leave kind of a big space for my running to-do list for the week. Then I'll have my priorities for the week, my to call or to contact list, my errands, waiting on, and to buy. This is the setup that works for me in this planner. Sometimes I use a lot of stickers, like here for instance, and sometimes I hardly use any, and I just go with mild liner or Tombow and ink, and it works great for me. This is my monthly spread for the month. Sometimes I use a lot of stickers, sometimes I don't, but I just really find that this planner is perfect for on the go. It'll fit in a smaller or smallish bag. It fits perfectly well in my work tote bag. I can just carry it in my hand if I have a really tiny bag and it's not like in the way. It's not heavy, and it just really is working well. I like using this page marker that I picked up from AshyLeighDesigns. It serves dual purposes, or I should say many purposes, not just two. It serves many purposes. I can put reminders on here to myself. Like when I open this planner, I have a little tag here that says check notes. That means go in the back and see what I've written back here and see if there's anything I need to process. I have these to-do sticky notes, which I bought from Amazon. I really love them. They're listed on my Amazon storefront if you're interested in them. I just keep some in the back of my planner. And if I, don't have space over here to write something down, and I need to do it kind of quickly, not something I want to plan for later in the week, but oh gosh, today before I go home from the office, I need to pick up this and this and this, or I need to do this and that. I'll grab one of these sticky notes, put it on my page marker, and just jot things down. Again, doesn't have to be cute. It doesn't matter what pen I use, what color. I just need a place to jot quickie things down, and I can put that on this page marker. Sticky notes on the back with kind of some financial stuff that I'm working on. Yeah, I also use this as a pencil board to kind of give me a flat surface to write on when I'm writing in this planner. That helps when I'm on the go as well. It has this nice little this week tab down at the bottom, so it's easy to just flip and boom, I'm right there. So yeah, this whole setup is just working really well for me. I don't plan to make any changes to it at the moment. Let's see what I have back here. Yeah, nothing personal. This little notebook in the back is a Hobonichi notebook that just tucks right inside here. And I just have like some particular reference information that I might need when I'm out and about. Websites or login hints and things like that for websites that I might need, say for when I'm at work or when I'm traveling or something like that, that I don't want to carry my whole reference notebook with me because it has too much sensitive information in it. I just have like bare necessities reference information in here, and I just tuck it in the back. And then in this pocket, I just have some stickers and some stamps and address labels and this cute little Hobonichi stencil that I purchased from Beauty by Starlet. And I use that in my spread that I did this week. And you've probably seen this on my Instagram. And also, yeah, on my Instagram, I just posted a reel with this. So yeah, I used this stencil to set up the spread. So yeah, this is kind of my Hobonichi week setup, and I'm really liking it. There's nothing about it that I want to change. One thing that I did decide to do for this year is to use a friction erasable multi-pen in my on-the-go planner. I find that it's really handy to have an erasable pen with me when I'm out and about, because I don't like to just scratch things out of my planner if I make a mistake, and I 9 times out of 10 will not have any kind of whiteout with me or anything like that, correction tape or anything. So it's really handy to be able to erase in my on-the-go planner. So that's just kind of a little tip for you. If you like erasable pens, then a good use for them is in your on-the-go planner. So that's my Hobonichi weeks, working great, love it. This is my reference notebook, and I have a video on this that I will link in the cards. I'm not gonna like go through it because, like I said, there's a lot of personal information in here, unsensitive information. So I'm not gonna flip through it, but kind of the sections that I have in here are planning prompts, a size chart for planners, like what are the dimensions of different types of planners, that comes in handy sometimes. A contacts list for like really important contact information I need to have on hand, a reference list, work information, meals. This just has like a bunch of ideas for different types of meals that my family likes, and if I just get in a pinch and I don't know what to cook, I can flip to this section and I'll have my husband's favorites. I'll have meats and casseroles, side dishes, veggies, things like that. So this is meal ideas. Then I have a finance section, I have a planner section, I have a medical section, coupon codes for different shops, collections, and this is just a bunch of lists like the makeup that I use and the shade numbers for the shades of makeup that I use. It has music that I like. It has restaurants to try, different things like that. Just gift ideas for my husband, just different things. It's just a collection of lists, and I call it collections. I have books that I want to read. This is the coupon codes, a personal section for me, like my wish list and notes for me, home section, things that I want to keep in my pantry, important dates like birthdays and anniversaries and things like that. And then I have just Tombow marker, Zig Clean color dot, zebra mild liner, swatches in the back. So that's what's in my reference notebook. This is a Paper Penguin Co. 180 page Tomoe River paper grid A5 size notebook. That's what I'm using for my reference notebook. The reference vinyls came from Amy Ogden Designs, which I love her vinyls. I love all the different fonts and colors that she has available. And then I just put a Midori clear cover on here just to protect it and preserve it from getting banged up and bent up and crushed and everything, because this is a long-term notebook. It's not something that I'm going to redo every year or every other year. This is something that, you know, I make changes in, I add to. I have lots of pages in the back where I can add more things, more content, and this is a long-term notebook, so I want to protect it. It's a little bit too big, but that doesn't bother me. The goal is to protect the notebook, not so much that the cover fits perfectly. but this is still working just as well for me as it ever has. My reason for doing this, for those who don't know, and I do have a planning system and philosophy video as well in my on my YouTube channel. It's in the planning system and philosophy playlist that talks about why I decided to break out my reference information into a separate notebook. I found early on that if I put this information in my planner, then of course at the end of the year, when I'm preparing for next year and I'm buying a new planner, all of this reference information is going to have to be copied over. And I figured out real quick that I don't want to have to do that every year. So for me, it just makes sense, and it is super functional to have a separate notebook for reference information that I just keep on hand. Most of the time this stays at home where it's safe, and I have everything I need in here that relates to reference stuff. And so, yeah, if you don't have a reference notebook, I highly recommend adding this component to your planning system. Hands down, I say this is probably one of the smartest things I've ever done as far as my planning system, and it works great. I love it. Next, I have my brain dump notebook. This is a new addition to my planning system this year. I had a Wonderland 222 blank notebook. It's an A5 size grid notebook. Just has the grid pages, the Chamoy River paper. It has a place for you to put a date at the top, and their times are down the side. If you decide you want to use this as a daily planner, you certainly can. But I bought it I received it, I should say, along with my first Wonderland 222 planner, and just wasn't sure what I was going to do with it, and so I just kind of stuck it in my stash. Then I decided, the brain dump is another thing that I don't want to keep in my planner, nor do I want to put it in my reference notebook, because I think it needs its own separate place, because it's just a bunch of randomness. That's what a brain dump is. You're getting everything out of your head onto paper, and I just wanted a separate notebook to do that. And so this is kind of what my brain dump notebook looks like. I have just a journaling card stuck in the front. You got this. I have it in a Lauren Phelps Designs clear cover. And on the inside, I have another journaling card, which I tipped in to put my key for my brain dump notebook. This might be a bit over the top to have this many color-coded categories. If I were going to do it over, maybe I wouldn't have that many. But then again, I don't know. It really is helpful. I don't use the index in here, just kind of flipped to the first blank page and kind of went for it. And just write down someday maybe type things, some reference information, just anything that's related to projects. I have a separate color for me, my husband, and my boys. Personal development, things related to Architect Destiny, church and community finances, home. This is the key color code that I can go to and color code the items in my brain dump notebook. You might say, why would I want to do that? Well, if I'm going through this notebook to review it and kind of process things that are in it, maybe some things need to be migrated to my planner. Maybe some things need to be migrated to my reference notebook. Maybe some things, need to be, just go ahead and do it and mark it off. Maybe some things aren't relevant anymore. But immediately I can say, I'm looking for something in here that's related to Architect Destiny. What notes did I write in here related to Architect Destiny? The Architect Destiny color is this kind of red color. So I just flip through here and I find everything that's red. I immediately see this one has two colors, red and pink. Pink has to do with things that I want to purchase, or the act of purchasing something. And so the note that I have here is find local stationery stores in my area. that has to do with Architect Destiny. That has to do with buying something or purchasing something. So I've got a double color code there. Anything that's related to finances is green. So I can go through here and I can find everything that's related to finances. I want to check into a Chase Sapphire card. We're already approved for it. What are the benefits of this card relative to the credit card we already have? I haven't done that yet, but I wanted to capture that in my brain dump notebook so I wouldn't forget about it. So that's the kind of things that I keep in here. I have a page of just sticky notes. That's fine. This is a brain dump notebook. It doesn't have to be cute. It doesn't have to be pretty. It's a place for me to capture all of my whatever kind of stuff that I want to capture somewhere and not lose. This is the Brain Dump Trigger List by Vienna Ortiz, and I've customized it for myself by adding my husband and my sons on here and a couple other things that weren't on her list that I wanted on my list. I just printed it out. I put some washi tape on it to kind of spruce it up a little bit, laminated it, punched a hole in it, and put this cute little yarn tassel on it, which I think is so cute. So when I'm sitting down to do a brain dump, I pull this out, and this kind of jogs my mind about things that I need to write in here. Now, this is the newest component of my system, planning system. It's also one of the components that I need to tweak. I think I'm not optimizing the use of this brain dump notebook. For one thing, I don't carry it around with me. So if I'm going to use it just to kind of write down random things, then I kind of need to have it with me all the time, and I don't. When I go out, I have this notebook with me, my Hobonichi Weeks planner. I don't have this. So I will write things in the back of my Hobonichi Weeks, some of which might need to go in here, some of which might need to go in my cousin or my reference notebook, but I don't carry this with me. So it's kind of hard for this to be like the first place I go to write things down. I have to intentionally schedule a time to sit down and brain dump, which I have to say I don't do on a regular basis. So that's one thing about this part of my system that's not working, is that I don't use it on a regular basis. I don't sit down with it and just say, let me just dump everything out of my brain in here that I want to keep and save. The other thing is I don't take what's in here on a regular basis and sit down with it and sit down with my planner and process through it and say, what do I want to move out of this notebook and into my planner and do something with it, or process it, or do something about it. So the goal that I have for myself, because I do think this is a smart component of my system. I think having a separate notebook for brain dump where you can capture all the random things is a good idea. But I need to incorporate into my planning routine sitting down with this notebook and actually, number one, doing a brain dump, and number two, processing what's in here on a regular basis and moving things out of here and getting some of these things done. I don't want to just continue to build and build and build this notebook and never process anything in here. And so far, for the most part, that's what it's been, just a big collection of random things. So this part of my system, I think, is a smart part of my system, but I'm not optimizing it. And as the year goes on, that's going to be something that I focus on, is doing a better job of brain dumping on a regular basis and then processing the things that I've written in my brain dump and actually making them actionable items. So yes, this is my brain dump notebook. And now for my planner, the part of my system probably that you see most often, along with my Hobonichi Weeks. This is my A5 Hobonichi Cousin full year planner in all of her chunky glory, and it's March and she looks like this, but that's fine. I love it. I'm gonna move my pencil case so I have enough room to open her up. But like I said, right now I'm just kind of carrying my cousin just like this around the house, and planning in her and just doing whatever I need to do. I have this big jumbo ollie clip on the front, and I'm using it as a pen holder. And in it I have my color of the month for my Zig Clean Color Dot. This is the color that I'm using in my habit tracker to mark my habits off as I do them. I just put a little dot for the habit that I have completed, and I'm enjoying that rather than kind of shading in the box or putting a check mark or a dot with my pen. I'm liking just taking my Zig Clean Color Dot and putting the dots. And I use a different color every month, so whatever color I'm using, I keep that color with my planner so that I have it. Right now, I have also gone back to my Zebra Sarasa gel pen, my multi-pen in 0.5. So I used this in January. I did not use it in February. I went back to my Uni Jetstream, and then in March, I decided to go back to my Sarasa. So I'm using this pen for the month of March. And my Hobonichi Cousin is working great for me. I do yearly planning in here, I do monthly planning, I do weekly planning, goal planning, business planning, which is all the way back in the back. And then I have special sections for home, for my planner, for personal, for my boys, for shopping, for finances. There's my goals right there. So yeah, this is working great. I have not covered up anything in here, so I'm gonna have to be really careful of just like flipping it open randomly. But yeah, I just have a bunch of deco here in the front. I have a journaling card. I have this cute little die cut from Beauty by Starlet that says I drink coffee and plan. I'll give you a little closer look at that. It's super tiny little die cut. I just stuck in the pocket. We'll put a little washi tape behind it so that it wouldn't fall out. This Planner Queen sticker is from Sparkle and Shines Design Co. Again, I just stuck it in the pocket. This cute little Ollie dots are from Ollie Block. And I love the colors, the blue and the purple, and they don't really serve any particular purpose other than to hold that journaling card in place and to look super cute on my planner. So yeah, that's kind of the deco. These stickers are from Hobby Lobby, the Stickabilities. I'm sorry, this butterfly is not from Hobby Lobby. That's from Target, I believe. But the owls and the flowers are from Hobby Lobby. These are my transparent dots that I use most times to plan in my monthly and weekly spreads. I just keep them in this Target dollar spot pocket that I put here in the front. Then you'll see throughout my planner that I have these pictures of beautiful places, and I love water for one thing. It just has a very calming effect on me. It's just almost like a spiritual effect of just peace and serenity, and I just love pictures with beautiful sapphire colored water, you know, islands, peninsulas, and all these little homes that are built right up on the water. I just think it's beautiful. This happens to be a city in Croatia. So yeah, you will see pictures sprinkled through my planner of places that look like this. Plan Your Best Life. This is a journaling card from Franklin Planner. And then I just go into my yearly spreads and I just track my holidays, paydays, pay time off, floating holidays, time changes in the spring and fall, sick days, and volunteer time off on these pages, and that works great. On these spreads, birthdays, anniversaries, doctors and dentist appointments for the most part in this part of the spread, and down here just little notes, reminders of things that I want to do in certain months. That when I'm doing my monthly planning, I will refer back to this and put things in the appropriate month if they need to be done. Then it just kind of goes into my monthlies, and Yeah, I continue to use the monthlies to record my day and time specific commitments, bills, and paydays, um, holidays, and things like that. I don't put tasks on my monthly spreads anymore. I put my running monthly task list in my goal planning section now, and I'll kind of show you that when I get to it. So the monthlies are just used to document the things that I named. And that's working fine. I really do like having my task list in another place now. So it's just all of my monthlies through March. And then my weekly spreads, still doing the same way. And I'll just turn to this week's just to kind of show you what I'm doing with my weeklies. I am still using this same layout that I've been using for quite a while now because it works so well. In this top section up here, I put bills due, paydays, birthdays, big important reminders that relate to a specific day, holidays, things like that, day-specific events and things like that go up here in this top section. Then in this part of the spread, I do use the time blocking method. So I do use the schedule here, the times listed down the side, but I change the times to match what my day actually looks like. The times in the Hobonichi start at 5 o'clock in the morning and they go to 4 o'clock the next morning. So I don't have any need for anything that starts before 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning, like hardly ever. So I start my day at 8 o'clock in my planner. So I just write over top of the numbers that are in here, and I put the times that relate to my particular schedule every day, which is 8 a.m. to 11 p.m. That's where all the magic happens in those hours. So I retime the schedule and I time block. And typically I will just use the colors related to my goals. And this is my goal color code. If you see anything in turquoise, it's related to me specifically. Anything purple is related to me and my husband. Orange is Architect Destiny. Yellow is home and family. Green is finances. Gray is my career or my work. And pink is church and community. So these are the color codes that I use in my weekly spreads, and it kind of helps me see, you know, what goal focus areas I'm spending my time in every week. And of course, because I work a 9-to-5 job, most of my time is spent at work right now. So you can see my morning and evening routines I have blocked out here in this turquoise color. If I work out or go for a walk with my neighbor during the day, I'll just mark that as a me color for that particular hour. Things that relate to finance are in green, yellow, home and family. And then the orange is Architect Destiny. And you can see right now I'm filming a video. It is Saturday. It's later Saturday than I had planned to be filming, but I am filming. This is today. And then I have in the evenings, and I need to put my movie night sticker right here. My husband and I watched movies last night. Friday and Saturday night is hangout time with my husband. So you're always going to see, unless I'm out of town or he's out of town, you're always going to see Friday and Saturday night blocked off with purple color because that is our time to hang out together. I do not put PM routine on Friday and Saturday night because I know I'm not going to do it. Yeah. PM routine is for Monday through Thursday, and then Sunday night when I need to reset and get ready for the next week. So this time blocking, I love. It is so effective for me. I love being able to put to-dos in certain time blocks and how long I think it's going to take me, so I can see where am I spending my time every day throughout the week. Then in the sidebar, I'm still using that for my weekly running task list. These are things that I would love to get to during the week, but they're not necessarily having to be done on any particular day. So I keep a list here, and I'll just go grab something off that list and do it when I have time. Works great. These are my categorized to-do lists at the bottom. I'm still loving that because it is very amenable to batching. If I'm sitting with my phone and just not doing anything else, I can say, oh, let me make these calls, or let me text so-and-so, or this says to call, but it's more accurate to say to contact, because I may want to email someone or text someone or call someone. So this is really to contact, but I haven't found any to contact stickers. So I probably should get some custom ones done. I think AshyLeighDesigns would do that for me. I just haven't requested it. But so yeah, this makes it easy to do things in batches, which is very efficient for me. And these are just the categories of things that I need to keep track of during the week. My priorities for the week, I try to have 2 or 3 things that are like, if I get those things done, I will feel successful for the week. Big ticket items I put here. Like I said, to contact, things that I need to buy. This is not like necessarily grocery list, even though I may put a grocery item on here if I run out of something and it's not grocery shopping week. If it's just 1 or 2 things, I might put them on this list. If it's a long list, then I'll grab a piece of paper and make a list and stick it in my planner, or put a sticky note or something like that. So this is just like random things that I need to buy. Like I ran out of moisturizer. I needed to buy a storage box to put some of my son's stuff in, to put away, things like that. This is my meal plan for the week. Errands that I need to run. Again, makes it easy to batch things. While I'm out and about, typically I'll do errands on the day that I go into the office, which is Tuesday. Typically, not every week, but typically. Sometimes I end up doing errands on Saturday. But when I get ready to do errands, I can do all or most of these things at the same time. Works great. Chores and things that I don't want to forget, or my waiting on list is more accurate for this. So yeah, this setup for the week is working great. There's nothing that needs to be tweaked here. I love this. This is gold for me. This is it. I can't imagine changing from this layout. Anything personal over here? Let me see. No, not really. So this is how I pre-plan. And again, this is working great as well. You see, I have a pre-plan. What's on this one? Okay, nothing personal. I have a pre-planned sticky note. It's not a pre-planned sticky note. That's what I use it for. It's a to-do sticky note from Daytimer. And it just comes on a sticky note pad, and I keep a bunch of them back here in the back of my planner. I just kind of stick them on this piece of acetate back here, and I grab one when I need it, and I stick it in my planner, and I stick the tab out so I can write the dates for the week. So I have this week's dates, the 21st to the 27th, 28th through April 3rd, and then this is where I pre-plan. If I think of something I need to do next week, I just flip over here, scratch it down. This is not pretty, it's not cute, I just need to write it down. Something that I need to do the following week and I don't want to forget, just flip over here to this tab, this list, write it down. I use task flags as well for things that are recurring every week on a particular day, or it may be bi-weekly, like groceries. When I plan this week, I'm gonna take the grocery list tag and the grocery shopping tag, and I'm gonna put it 2 weeks out over here. I'm gonna skip this week and I'm gonna put it over here because I buy groceries in bulk every 2 weeks. So these task flags, excuse me, these task flags help me keep track of things that I do weekly on a recurring basis and bi-weekly on a recurring basis. Like getting cash envelopes refilled. I only do that bi-weekly. I don't do that every week. So when I plan this week, I'm gonna move the cash envelope flag to 2 weeks out, okay? And I have that on Tuesday because this is the day I go into the office. So this is the day that I will go by the bank and fill the cash envelopes. And this is the day that I will go buy groceries because I'm already out. So that's kind of how my pre-planning works in my weeklies. Then we go back to my goal planning, and I have all of my yearly goals marked down here. I have quarterly goals, which I pull from the yearly goals, and I've started working on second quarter goals here, and really need to kind of make some progress on the quarterly goals for first quarter. There's still a couple things I haven't checked off. I checked off a few things, but not everything. So I still have some work to do on my quarterly goals and some planning for second quarter, which starts in a couple of weeks. So yeah, let's see. Yeah, this I can turn to. This is my January goals, and I'll just kind of talk about this as an example. I wanted to try using kind of the tending list methodology, which I think is part of the Cultivating What Matters goal planning notebook has in it. You will also see these recreated by other people as planner inserts and things like that. This particular one's is a recreation by SM Plans. And so I just purchased the printable and just printed them out and pasted them into my planner. I have one for every month of the year to do my monthly goal planning. I am having a lot of difficulty figuring out how to make this work effectively for me. I'm a little bit intimidated by it because I'm not sure on a monthly basis for things that are not necessarily very quantifiable how I would use a progress tracker. Like in January, I wanted to make sure that I purchased and set up the storage units in my home office. That was a monthly goal to get that done. I purchased them and my husband set them up, put them together for me and set them up, and it was done. So I didn't really need a progress tracker on it. Something like lose 2 pounds, that's a good thing because it's more quantifiable that you could, as you can see, I was not successful. But quantifiable goals like lose 2 pounds, this is a good progress tracker for the month. I almost think it's not necessary though if you have a weekly tracker. So if I say I want to lose 2 pounds in the month, then by virtue of that, I say I want to lose a ½ pound every week. So I've got a weekly tracker down here. Did I lose a ½ pound this week? Yes, I did. Did I lose ½ pound this week? Yes, I did. So I guess up here, I could kind of like section this off and kind of shade it in. But this is kind of difficult for me. This whole progress tracker thing is kind of difficult to do for a monthly goal. So I'm having trouble with that. The weekly tracker, I can kind of see for quantifiable goals because you've got week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, and sometimes week 5. So you can kind of say, like attend church in person. We still have virtual church at our church, and we also have the opportunity for you to attend in person if you choose. So did I attend in person or did I attend virtually? I set a goal for attending in person at least twice in the month. So did I do that? And then I could say which week I did that. So for something like that, the weekly tracker is good. For other things, like reading 125 pages a week in my book to try to finish it in the month. I didn't accomplish that, but I can put on here based on where I am to start with. If I read 125 pages, what page should I be on at the end of the week? At the end of week 2, week 3, week 4. So this weekly tracker, I almost think works better for tracking monthly goals than this part. I was just having a really hard time. I'm still trying. I tried it again in February, as you can see. I just quit on it. I'm trying it again in March. As you can see, I haven't even finished setting it up. So I'm not sure about this, guys. It sounded good in theory because it's like if you can quantify your goals and just really track them like boom, 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 like progress, you can see your progress, then I'm more likely to really stick to it and get it done. But I was just having a hard time, number one, trying to track progress on this monthly tracker. Number two, thinking to come back here every week and mark whether I did this or not. And I totally gave up on the dailies because I have a daily tracker. I have my daily trackers back here in my personal section. So this didn't work, this didn't work. This I can see working if I work it. So I'm still trying. I'm not going to give up on it because I think the concept is good. But this is something I'm going to need to tweak. Maybe my goals need to be more quantifiable or measurable, but not all goals are measurable. I know SMART goals are measurable for those of you who are SMART goal people. All of these aren't particularly smart, I guess. And maybe that's what I need to do. I need to really do the SMART goal concept here, and maybe it won't be so frustrating for me. So, but the concept is to be able to quantify, measure, track my goals, and hence make steady progress throughout the month. Still need to work on that, working that plan. This is my now where I keep my monthly master task list, just because this is related to monthly things to do to get done. I just kind of saw that as being something I wanted to keep back here with my goals. Maybe some of these things become goals. I just didn't want to have this on my monthly calendar. So I've got monthly master task list here, and then a month in review of how did things go. In February, I decided to incorporate once again, and I did this last year in my goal planning, a check-in on the 15th of the month. Like mid-month, how are things going? Where do I need to kick it into high gear? What am I doing really well? And just kind of do a mid-month check-in. So if I need to tweak some things and get on track, this will tell me, and it'll be kind of a, let's get a move on. And then the month in review. So as I said, I haven't even finished setting this up for the month. So I'm gonna continue. I'm gonna set it up even though it's almost the end of the month. I'm not gonna give up on this because I think this has the potential to really help me be more intentional about my goals. My finance section is still working great. I'm not going to show a lot of the stuff in here because it's too personal, but I will show you. I have my savings trackers in here. I have brokerage account, health savings account trackers, my husband's IRA, my bill trackers, which look like this, and I have bills that are due annually, quarterly, and monthly on these trackers. And if the bills are paid by credit card, like it's automatically charged to my credit card, I mark it which card it goes to. Most of our bills are auto debit, and so I just keep track of the amounts. Some of them are, the same payment every month, but I just like to keep track of them, especially bills where the payment changes every month, and I might need to say, hey, what's going on with that? So I do like to keep track of our bills in this way. I have credit card trackers for our 2 credit cards, Chase Visa and Wells Fargo Visa, and I basically just track any large purchases, and I call large anything over 50 bucks. Some people probably wouldn't say that's large, but you'd be surprised how quickly 50 bucks repeated over and over and over again adds up to a big credit card balance. So if it's over 50 bucks, I want to see what we spent money on. And if we need to bite the bullet and stop using our credit card so much or do a credit card low spend, I can look at this and see what have we been doing. Has it been necessary stuff, or has it been things that, are not have to haves, they're just want to haves. And we might just need to put that in check. So I like to keep track of that. Then I have a medical bill that we're paying monthly. I'm tracking that as far as when we have it paid off. Then I have a checkbook register, and this is not a true checkbook register in that everything that comes out of and into our checking account, I put it on here. I only write down checks that I write. That's it. I don't keep a running balance. I just want to keep track of any checks that I write. We don't write that many checks. So when I write a check, I keep track of it in here. And then I have gift card tracker. I have so many gift cards and I forget that I have them. So I have written down all of the gift cards that I currently have in my possession. What was the original balance on the card when I use the card? How, what is the balance after I use it, or in other words, what is the remaining balance still yet to use? And when I finish using a card, I put a red 0 and I check it off. Like, I use that card, I no longer have that card. So I just have a bunch of cards. I have Dunkin' Donuts cards, I have Starbucks cards. Anytime I get an Amazon gift card, I apply it to my Amazon account. So I don't just carry around Amazon gift cards. Starbucks, different dining out cards, dinner and movies. I have a spa card that I still have a balance on, restaurant cards, Visa gift cards, Chick-fil-A cards. I just used an Office Max card for $5 that I was given at work. And so I crossed that out, put a 0, checked it off. So this is where I track my gift cards. And that's in my shopping section because it has to do with shopping. So that's where the gift card tracker is. This is my online orders that are not related to my planner. Anything that's related to my planner or Architect Destiny, those orders I keep track of back here in this order tracker. This is in my business planner, this is the beginning of my business planner. This all is my business right here. So these are like personal, non-business online orders. And we've been doing good so far this year. That is not a lot of online orders for 3 months because I've been trying to keep that in check. So I'm pretty proud of that. I don't mind showing you that. I'm not embarrassed. This is my coupon tracker. This one expired. I don't usually like to let that happen because this is like $1. This is like throwing money in the trash can, but I really didn't need anything and I didn't have time to go to CVS and use this yesterday. So I'm gonna chuck it in the trash and I'm gonna mark off that I did not use that coupon. I'm just gonna put an X by it that I didn't use it. So this is where I list all of my coupons. I highlight the ones that I really want to use before they expire. When I'm doing my weekly planning, I always look back here and check the expiration dates and see if there's something that I need to buy at that store or venue, and if I have a coupon, and if it expires that week, then I put it on my planner on the weekly spread that I need to use that coupon. So that's how I use that. And I love it. And it comes from Missy Printable Design on Etsy. Love my coupon tracker. This is where I keep track of my Amazon credits, whether they are from Amazon influencers or whether somebody gives me an Amazon gift card, or whether I purchase Amazon gift cards using my Pathfinder points. I'm getting tongue-tied because I've been talking so long. Let me get a sip of coffee here. That's good. I can purchase Amazon gift cards using Pathfinder points that I get rewarded with at work. So I keep track of what credits I have. I right now have $166 in credits on my Amazon account, which is pretty cool, like that. Other rewards that I keep track of: Chase Visa rewards, Wells Fargo Visa rewards, Pathfinder rewards, Fetch rewards. Just keep track of all my points. This is my to buy list, and this is like random stuff to buy, like random. Like now that it's getting warm, I want to get one of those big stadium tents to put outside in the back over my husband's grill. That's on the back patio, so when he's outside grilling, he's not in the sun. So that's on my list. So this is just like random to buy list. This is a refund tracker. If I send something back to Amazon or return something, then I record on here when I returned it, how much I'm expecting back, and I check it off when I actually get the refund. So that's what that is. And that again is in my shopping section because it has to do with shopping. Let's see. I have a section for my boys, and this is just kind of dashboards for notes on them and things related to them. It's another beautiful picture of a place with water. That's my thing. Water's my thing, people. I'm not a big zodiac person, but I am an Aquarius, so maybe that has something to do with it. Or, you know, astrological sign or whatever you want to call it. I'm not big into that, but I am an Aquarius. So this is my boys section and things that are personal to them. This is my personal section for me. I'm enjoying doing the mood tracker again. This is the same mood tracker that I used last year. This printable is from Planner Mother of 3, Maria. And I'm just enjoying using this again. I sit down every night and fill out my mood tracker and my habit trackers. And let's see if there's anything I don't want to show. Yeah, this is what I was telling you about, where I use my Zig Clean color dots to fill in my trackers. So these are my trackers. They're working great. I love monthly tracking. It gives me an overall picture of how I'm doing with my habits for the month. I can see where I'm really screwing up, like working out this month. I have just been so like mentally and physically tired. I don't know. I just have been so off kilter with working out. I just haven't been doing it. And as you can see by the sad face here, wah, 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 as far as working out this month. But there's always tomorrow. There's always tomorrow to get back on track. And I just keep a little tab here so when I am filling it out, I can just quickly flip here to the March page. So these are all of my trackers through December. I have a weight log in here, which looks like that. And then I have doctor visit log where I can write notes for my doctor visit. You know, if something changes with the medicine I'm taking or whatever, if I schedule a follow-up visit, when is it? So I can just write notes on my doctor visits here. I haven't been to the doctor yet this year. I go for my physical next week, so I will be writing some notes on that. And let's see, just personal notes about random things for me. And then just planner notes. If I see something in a video that I think is cool, that I want to check out or that I want to buy, I just jot it in this section. I have an add to planner list. And then we get into my home section, and this is not working because I'm not working it. Not that it's not a great idea, but I'm just not working it so far this year. These are deep cleaning tasks, and this is not like your regular vacuum, dust, clean the bathrooms, mop the kitchen floors. It's like deep cleaning and decluttering. And I just basically haven't done any of that this year because honestly, everybody has their chores that they don't like to do. I don't like to clean, and I procrastinate, and I just don't do it. And so I figured putting a tracker in here would help me. And so far, I just haven't really sat down and planned out, you know, when I'm going to do these tasks. Like, are they quarterly? Are they monthly? Or should they be monthly? And when I'm going to do what? But it's in here. I haven't abandoned the idea. I just haven't taken any action on this tracker. But it's in here. And it's a good idea. It's a great idea. There are a lot of good ideas that don't work unless you work them. And I just need to work them. Same thing for the recurring tasks. Things like getting the house power washed, changing the air filters, getting the carpet and furniture clean, flipping the mattress, things like that. We did flip the mattress recently. I just didn't mark it. I think we did that in February. So I need to go through here. Some of these things we have done and I didn't mark it. But these are for recurring tasks that are done on a periodic basis. They're not cleaning things. They're like maintenance, home maintenance and home care kind of things. Then just some home notes about just random stuff, like things that have been repaired or need to be repaired, or things for home that we need to purchase or do or whatever. Then we get into my business planner. This is a new addition for my Hobonichi Cousin. I was keeping my business planner in my my Wonderland 222 last year. That's what I used my Wonderland for. And I just thought I had a bunch of extra pages in the back of my Hobonichi Cousin at the end of the year last year because I don't daily plan. I use the daily pages as kind of my collections and trackers and so forth, and notes pages. So since I'm not a daily planner, I figure I could incorporate my business planner into my catch-all, which is genius. I love it. I mean, that's the reason my planner is so big, because I have all of these glue-in inserts, and because I put my business planner in here. But I don't care. I don't care about this planner being big because it's my catch-all. Most of the time, I keep this planner at home. I do take it out with me sometimes, which is not a problem to carry this with me. Some people say it's so heavy or whatever. That doesn't bother me. I don't put it in my bag. It's too big to go in a purse, any purse that I have. Well, not any purse. I do have some big purses, but I just kind of carry it in my arms like a school book, kind of like that. And I just go and handle my business. So it's fine to carry around. But I love having everything in one planner. I just love that. I love having everything in here. The only thing that's not in here is things that I don't need on a daily basis, and that's reference and my brain dump. Everything else is in here. So I won't go through all of the sections of my business planner because I think when I did my setup video for my 2022 system, I went through all the sections of my business planner. It has my content schedule, which basically looks like this. This is February's content planner. When am I posting videos? When am I doing reels? When am I posting pictures on Instagram? When am I doing Instagram reels? When am I filming my videos and all that? And goals for the month for YouTube and Instagram, and reel ideas, and a reminder to record my revenue at the end of the month for the previous month. So yeah, this is my content calendar. This is what it looks like blank. And I just have my Amazon payday and my YouTube payday written on here. It's my finance section, orders, YouTube notes, Instagram notes, Amazon influencer notes, Facebook, which I'm not really, I have a Facebook page, but it's just there. I don't do anything with it right now to figure out what to do with it. Any affiliate relationships that I have, coaching, workshops, and then miscellaneous. So yeah, this is my business planner right here. All of this. And these are my stickers that I use for my content planner. So, business planner, another beautiful picture and a quote. And then this is my notes section in here. And this is just kind of random stuff. Like my husband was, we were talking about football and the different positions on offense and defense. And I just wrote the little notes down here. I have some notes for my husband's business for things that we were doing for that. Notes when I planned my mom's 80th birthday celebration. A position that I applied for. Benefits information. Just vision work that my husband and I did. I wrote some notes. I have a place back here, another beautiful place with water. I have a place back here for running dailies if I need some dailies. but not at nearly as many pages as I reserved last year. As you can see, I've not used any of them. I have not done any daily planning. And I just have this set aside for if I have a day when I'm super busy and a lot of to-dos and I just want to make a big old giant to-do list. Then I'll come back here, I'll write the date, whatever it is, I'll make my to-do list, and I'll just go for it. If the to-do list is half a page long, it's half page long. The next time I need to do a to-do list, if it's 2 weeks from now, I'll start right here. That's why I call them running dailies, because it's not a page per day. It's like running dailies. Wherever I stop on the page, that's where I stop. The next time I write a list, I'll start right underneath it and start my list. So that's why I don't need a lot of pages. So that's that. And then my pen test and swatches are back here in the back. Then let's see, I have acetate back here with my pre-planned sticky notes. I have an acetate with some to-do sticky notes and post-it sticky notes. I have some more task flags back here on a piece of acetate. Then in the back, I have some stamps, and I have this Jibun Techo, let's see if anything personal, Jibun Techo slide-in pocket that I purchased on JetPens, which I really love. I put this in here, and I keep this $2 bill that my mom gave me, and I save all of my receipts that I scan into Fetch at the end of the week. Just a little zip pocket. I stick all of my receipts back here, and then on Sunday evening, I scan them all into Fetch every week. I have my rescheduled and canceled stickers back here in the back that I use in my weeklies and my monthlies. And I have my Hobonichi stencil that I use to do my to-do list, checkboxes and circles. So this is working great. There's not anything really that I need to tweak other than my goal planning. And I kind of went into real detail with you on that, the changes that I want to make for my goal planning and also for how I use my brain dump notebook. So guys, that's kind of a recap of how my planning system has been going so far this year, first quarter. If you enjoyed this video, please do give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment. I love comments, and I always answer back within the week. And yeah, that would be great. Again, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe and hit the notification bell. That helps my channel so much, and it keeps you from missing any of my content when I first upload it. You'll get notified. So that's it for today, guys. This was a long one. I'm so winded. My voice is starting to go in and out. I'm starting to stumble over my words for all the talking that I've done. But I hope this was helpful. I hope it was interesting. I hope you enjoyed getting an in-depth sneak peek into my planning system and how it's working, and hopefully you got some inspo, some ideas for your own system. So, like I said, that's it for now. I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.